Hi, this is Billy. I want to introduce to you a very nice retro game handheld console that you can make yourself called ESPBoy. It is created by Roman S. and there's a group of people in ESPBoy EDU that work on this project and create a lot of software, including a lot of different emulators for games like Game Boy emulator and all the adapters. Even you can listen to radio by plugging in one of the adapters. Just to make sure you have all these components shown on the screen, hook up. You can reference my other videos, how to build it on a breadboard or the perf board, or buy the original kit from ESPBoy EDU, which is very nice and very beautifully designed. You can also support their work by their links. So in this video, I want to show you how you can start from scratch from a brand new computer, how to load the Arduino IDE, configure the ESPBoy library for this retro game console, and how to compile your first game. If you want to load up more games, there is an App Store managed by ESPBoy EDU. You just need to press Reset while holding the button A to activate the Wi-Fi screen menu. The first time to log in, you have to reset, pressing button B to set up your Wi-Fi, SSID and password first, and then you can go ahead to load up your games through the App Store. There's around 36 games currently available. More and more games will be added when the permission from the original game author is obtained. If you like my video, please click like, subscribe, and send to your friends to watch too. There are total 7 steps involved in configuring your computer to be able to compile the games with ESPBoy. Well, I've helped you make it easier by simplifying the step 6, so you can just follow step 5 to download the pre-configured libraries from my GitHub. Let's start. If it's the first time you use Arduino to download any program or compile any program, just go to arduino.cc to download the Arduino software. Click download. And then find the version of operating system that you are using. I'm using Mac OS. And download. So it's being downloaded here. Okay, finish. So let's open it. So it's decompressing. Then it's here. So you need to just drag it over to application. Just copy there. Okay, so you can open it for the first time. Next, we're going to add the ESP8266 board driver. So let's search for Arduino ESP8266 board manager link. You'll find the first hit like this. We just need to copy the text that says https://arduino.esp8266 blah 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 all the way to index.json. Just highlight it and copy into your clipboard. Then we can start the Arduino IDE program. Click on Arduino Preference, and we have to change a few settings. We want to have more diagnostics in the upload, but not compilation, because there will be a long error list. And then in the additional board manager URL, we just paste back the text we just copied. Next, we go to Tools, go to Board, and then Board Manager. Type in ESP8266, search for it. You'll find that you search and find this latest version, 271, install. After downloading the ESP8266 board manager, you can come here. The Tools menu of Arduino IDE, and then under the ports, you can go to ESP8266 port, and then select the Lolin Wemos D1R2 and Mini. Once you select it, ports will be loaded, and these are the options. When you connect the USB port to your ESPBoy for the first time, you'll see that a port here will be shown. You click on Tools, Tools, Ports. So this is the port you want to select, and then you can compile. Right. And then you see that it's sending to this port and uploading to the ESP8266. Next, we need to download the ESPBoy Arduboy2 library. Then we need to install the main library for ESPBoy. Let's visit to GitHub and search for ESPBoy Arduboy2 library. Click Clone and download the zip file. After downloaded, you have this zip file, and it's unzipped into ESPBoy Arduboy2 lib master. Then this is the library. So what you want to do is you copy the entire folder here to the library folder under Documents Arduino. Just drag it over. Oops, sorry. Should be dragged into the libraries folder instead. Remove it. Okay. So drag this into the libraries folder. You see all this. Next, you have to drag the source into this library. Okay. Otherwise, it won't compile. Okay, and then the second thing you need to do is drag the games folder out so you can compile in the Arduino folder. So you have all the games you can compile. Next, you need to come here, the libs directory. You need to move this to over to become its own library. Then we still need a few more libraries, so we need to go and download it. The steps to configure the additional libraries is very tedious and involve editing some configuration files of the libraries itself, for example the TFT ESPI display driver. So in order to help people who are not familiar with all this, I've created my own GitHub called ESPBoy Libraries Combined to get all these libraries in one place, so you can just download as a zip file and replace the files in the libraries. You can just do this without wasting a lot of time to configure. So you can just come here, browse to my GitHub in this link. I'll put a description in in the video. So just click that link, go to ESPBoy Libraries Combined GitHub library. It already contains all the libraries you need, excluding the original Arduboy library for ESPBoy. So other than that one, all the remaining libraries are there that you need. You just click this button, code, download zip, to download a copy into your download folder here. And then once you have it, just unzip it to this one. You got all the libraries already. So next, what you need to do is to copy this into your Arduboy's libraries folder, which is here. It's Arduino libraries folder here. So previously we already set up the original Arduboy ESPBoy library and all the other libraries that come with that. Now just come back to your download folder and copy all these additional libraries into your Arduino's libraries folder. Then you have it, all the libraries you need. The following is for people who want to understand how to configure each library manually. So only watch on if you want to understand that, otherwise skip to step 7. The first one we'll need is the Adafruit drivers for MCP. So we need to come here, go to Sketch, Include Library, Manage Library, and then we search for it. So we have the I2C extender MCP 23017. Right, so this is the Adafruit library. So only install the latest version. Okay, see it's installed. The other library we need to install is for the MCP 4725. Again, we find the Adafruit one and install it. Okay. And then the next one we need is the TFT ESPI. Right. So we'll find this library, TFT ESPI, this one, and install it. Okay, installed. And then the last one we need is the HTTPS redirect. Okay, for this one we couldn't find it, so we have to go to the GitHub and search for it. Let's copy the keywords, go to GitHub. Here we search for it. Okay, we find a lot of them, but it's the first one we need to download, Electronics Guide / ESP8266. Okay, so we have to clone it, download zip. It's been opened to this file. So we downloaded this file, and now it opens to this file, and we only need this HTTPS. So let's copy it into the Arduino library, into the library. There's one more library we need called ESPBoy. Let's search for it. So let's download this one. Open it. Okay, this is the file we downloaded, and let's drag it over. I think we got all the libraries. Let me double check. And you also need to configure the TFT displays driver type and also the pin number. We come here. We open up user setup.h. Open with text editor. Okay, so we find the first line that is not a comment, which is this one. So this one assumes the IL9341 display is being used, but we are not. We are using ST7735 for the ESP board. So we need to come here to put in a double slash to comment it out. And then remove the double slash from the line below that says ST7735. Right, so we're enabling this driver for our display for ESPBoy 7735. And then we need to continue to scroll down to check after changing this driver type. Let's close this window. After changing this driver type here, we will we will scroll down and find the line where it says height and width. So we are using a 128 times 128 display, so we need to uncomment here. Define TFT width 128, and then define TF height also 128. And then we scroll down a bit here. For the 7735, there are different type of hardware version, and they might have different variation in the memory space used to set up the first row versus first column. This is different offsets and different strange protocols. So we need to set the right one according to the 7735 that we have. Most of the ones on the market can work with this one. So you can try different options here. If it didn't work, you'll see that your screen may be with a few black line or on the left or a few black line on the top. Then you know you select the wrong one. You can come here to try different ones. Also, some of them are used for larger screens. So just set this green tab free will be fine for most of the default on the market. And then we need to scroll down for the pin setting. Yeah, so these are the pin settings. So we need to define which pin is used for CS. For ESPBoy, CS is controlled by the I2C extender MCP23017. So it's not directly driven by the NodeMCU. So we have to set a value of -1. That means ignore. Don't do anything. Don't try to control this pin by the driver. And then for the DC, device select, ESPBoy use D0. So we change it. And for the reset, the ESPBoy just tie it to the NodeMCU's reset pin. So again, we don't need to control it by the driver. Just ignore it. Put in -1 means ignore it. Okay, so I think that's all the changes we need. Yep. And then we can just save this file. File save. Okay, let's bring back our library here. This one, the other one. Right, document Arduino library. So that's all the library we need. Now we can try to open one of the games and compile. Let's try the simple one called Galaxian. So we open the Galaxian.ino file. Only the INO file can be compiled by the Arduino IDE. So just open this file and it will start the Arduino IDE. And open up that file. Okay, let's make the screen bigger, the window bigger to see more lines. And you can also make a divider between the source code and the compiler error messages. And then you can click upload, the arrow to the right. It will start compiling, and the code, the firmware is uploaded to the ESP8266, and then the game will be booted up. We can then test the game, see if it works. Also, you can follow the procedure in my other video to reset the ESPBoy and then upload other games through the App Store through your Wi-Fi at home. App Store is managed by ESPBoy.edu, so they will put more games on the App Store for people to download, including the GameBoy emulator games, the ZX computer games, the Little Game Engine games, and the Arduboy games.